Okay, some red-black mid-range. Chat, I always like to lead on in deck intros and deck techs like this with there's infinite different combinations of cards you can play in this deck. Is a 3-1 split here right? Is a 3-1 split here right? Is a 2-2 split here right? The answer to your question is I have no idea. A lot of these cards are situationally very similar and situationally different, so they're split in a deck like this, so sometimes you can have upside and other times you'll have downside. As a whole, this is just a collection of very reasonable Magic cards and 2-for-1s in a mid-range kind of focused shell, so let's go ahead and pop on into some matches with this after we get a Field of Ruin that's borderless. Someday Magic Arena will remember my card styles. Let's play some games. I did get your donation, Seth. We'll get some, we'll have Mono Green up later this week for sure. Oh no! Oh no, cancel! This is your pet deck. So, Rakdos midrange is actually the most popular best of 3 deck in this format, post Winota ban, according to Untapped Metrics. It's actually a little awkward. We had to choose between Thoughtseizing on 1 and Bloodtithe Harvestering on 2. I think I'm gonna elect to Harvester on 2 rather than Thoughtseize on 1. Give them more chance to draw more expensive cards I'd like to take away. Should have just believed, chat. Should have just believed. Trade these off here, I think. We're in danger. No, they're just never gonna draw a white land, chat. It's fine. I believe. If you enjoy getting Agent of Treachery, Winota Explorer is better. If you don't enjoy getting Agent of Treachery and Cat Oven, it's probably worse. I don't know that I would say the format is necessarily bad at the moment. But I will say that starting tomorrow, we're going to go back to doing a historic or standard deck every day. They'll push, and Bloodchief's Thirst are pretty mediocre into their deck. Sacrifice a thing is not great. Letting them choose what they discard with Kroxa, probably also not very good. So, we're assuredly the beatdown in this matchup, right? Want to close the game out before they can combo kill us? Or just going to adversary on 2? See, I'm chumped to mill 3 here. Eastfang and Perihelion. The Trespasser will at least get to remove the boat from their bin here. I'm not gonna let my dojo contain fear here, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the Perihelion. And if they have, ditch another Perihelion, and then Greasefang will get caught. Yes, they technically could have turned 2 dust with Can't Stay Away there. Is accurate. Hey, look, chat. It's another Perihelion. These are a few of my favorite things. Really glad they banned Winota, chat. Really glad she was too good. Cool. Cool. It's like getting Muxist all over again after they banned Winota and Explorer and Historic. You're just like, hello? Wizards, is this thing on? Hello? Oof. Be Fable? Because this makes a treasure token, and the treasure token can trigger a revolt. What's going on, Dr. Mister? Thanks for the 33. Hagra Mauling is definitely too expensive. I think that's the only one I'm ditching here, though. The rest of these cards seem good. Fatal push this and then play Graveyard Trespasser. This definitely seems like a great card in this format, though. Good mid-range threat, interacts with the graveyard a little bit, buffers your life total. Feels like it checks a lot of the boxes you want to check. So if I block this and then they shock this, they have to discard another card? Cleave ho.
Today's my lucky day.
So, definitely a Braid. Probably K-Command. I like Sorin for lifelink tokens. Thoughtseize out. I think this is actually a Ray of Enfeeblement matchup. What do we think on Ray of Enfeeblement, chat? Are we down to Ray? As a combat trick, this seems fine, right? It'll also just, like, kill some things. Yes, Ray into Embercleave is excellent. We have a blocker. Doomblade, life gain. Sounds like a recipe for success. What are the odds they have nothing to follow up the Burning Emissary for the second game in a row? Incredible. Tremendous, chat. Tremendous. I am not going to attempt to gain a life while they just have a mana up here. I basically want to hold one of their mana hostage for the rest of the game. Do I want to shock myself to play Bloodtithe Harvester? Hey, I think I might, actually. Close though. They just 3-for-1 themselves. They did, yeah.
No cost is too.
Think of Sorin as like lingering souls in this matchup, champ. He doesn't really uptick. He just goes down. I feel like there's a crass joke about Sorin always going down even against mono red, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let you sort that for yourselves at home, okay? Fine. Being on the draw is actually good when we need a third land. We have a bunch of castable spells. So if they have untapped land, they can go second Shredder into Fatal Push here. My Winota. Do 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 do. My ooh. Do 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 do. I want to trim. Like, there's a tension between how much top end we can keep in, but like we also just like have to have threats to actually end the game. Do we bring in Raise for Grease Fang? Yeah, probably. Maybe go blank, just not an axis I want to be fighting on. I mean, like, we have to kill stuff like Ledger Shredder too, though, chat, is the thing. And that's why decks like the Greasefang deck are good, right? Like, there are some of their parts. It's not just as simple as saying, okay, these cards kill Greasefang, we kill Greasefang, we win the game. Once you kill Greasefang, you have to say, okay, how do I not die to the rest of it? Rather than repeating myself, Therish, just go watch the reaction video there. There is one Field of Rune in this deck list, chat. That one right there. Only one. It certainly did ruin our curve. That it did. That it did. Can you articulate yourself, Turf Doctor? Why do you think the Esper color combination seems better than the other option? Help explain. Deeper ways to filter through the deck and find its combo. Okay, now let's go back to talking about what I did a second ago, where I talked about how the reason why the Greasefang deck is good is because it's not just a combo deck. So I agree with your assessment, but I also disagree with... I agree with what you're saying is true, but I disagree with your conclusion that being better at that makes you a better deck. So that makes you a more consistent linear deck, but being a purely linear graveyard deck doesn't make you a better deck in the format necessarily. Am I actually sacking that? I don't think I am. I want that for this, right? It's better? Sure. Yeah, that's true, Turf Doctor, but that doesn't mean that that's an ideal thing to be doing. It also takes you mana. Also, it's not like... What's the other thing? In a combo deck... proactive disruption tends to be better than reactive disruption. So in terms of forcing through your combo, playing things like discard spells tends to be better for making your combo happen than playing counter spells. Counter spells aren't necessarily bad, but they're definitely worse at filling that role than discard spells tend to be. This is also a good example of talking about, you know, beating the leftovers. We boarded in, and we're dead. We boarded in this Ray of Enfeeblement, hoping to catch a Greasefang, and then we died to Ledger Shredder when it could have been a Bloodchief's Thirst. And for what it's worth, at the end of the day, whether it's Mardu or Esper, and my experience playing with and against them, these Greasefang decks are significantly better than the Winota deck was that was banned. They're more powerful, more consistent, and more able to play through disruption because of their ability to play Thoughtseize and counter spells. The Winota deck, being a Naya-colored creature combo deck, severely limits its ability to stop counterplay. Ledger Shredder is very good in formats where you want to be playing cheap spells and double spelling early and often, and that's basically every non-rotating Magic format. So Ledger Shredder's like okay to mediocre in Standard. That tends to be about playing bigger, more powerful spells in that format. But in Explorer, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Ledger Shredder is a multi-format all-star for sure. Yes, Winota has a more restrictive deck building requirement than Greasefang does as well. Greasefang's deck building requirements are play these 8 cards, have a way to get this one into your graveyard. There are lots of ways to do that second, and you could fit those 8 cards into a lot of different things. It's fine, chat. There's like half a dozen different standard decks I'd seen pop up in different things that I wanted to play anyways. It's not a big deal. There's other formats we can play on Arena. Well, we'll sprinkle a little bit of Explorer in here and there still. Ledger Shredder is definitely better than Delver Seekers instead of Low Bar. It clears that incredibly low one. Fatal Push is probably bad against main deck Go Blank deck, huh? Are we Winota stands? No, we're consistency stands. If you're gonna ban the worst combo deck, also ban the better combo deck or leave them both the fuck alone stands. So I had some jackhole in my YouTube comments be like, you're biased because you just like Winota. I actually didn't enjoy playing the Winota deck, and I had never intended to play it again myself on stream here. I just also am capable of understanding how metagames develop and how formats work, and also appreciate a modicum of consistency. Speaking of consistency, you know what has a lot of consistency, Bob? Your Subblank. Thanks for the 57 months in the tier 3. Welcome back. Man, I'm gonna get censored, aren't I? I didn't play my land out because I want to be able to play a land off of the 2 cards I see on this. But this could be greedy. Oh, chat, I've actually come around on the Tybalt's Trickery ban, chat. They banned Tybalt's Trickery because they have a KPI for how long players stay logged in every day on Magic Arena, and Tybalt's Trickery being legal allowed players to farm daily wins too efficiently. So they had to ban Tybalt's Trickery in order to keep people on Magic Arena longer each day to do their dailies. KPI, key performance index, key performance indicator. Tybalt's Trickery let the plebs be too efficient, shit. You can't let the free-to-plays be efficient. Come on now. I'm just gonna attack a bunch here and see if they die. Hopefully they do. I'm gonna prioritize taking the instants out of their bin here just in case they're a Torrential Gearhulk deck. Yeah, that's why Control is never banned, and that's why Cat Oven is still legal two years later. Yeah, do you realize people have been shoving cats into Oven for 2.5 years? 2.5 years, chat. We've been watching people put cats into ovens.
You will be inspired.
So someone get PETA on the phone.
I will be sated elsewhere.
So if we maul this, we can then attack this, and then stomp to finish. Those are pretty good 2 cards.
What? I've had my fun.
No more instants. We'll take their planeswalkers. Did I miss lethal killing their planeswalkers? I'm gonna be honest, chat. I didn't count. I believe you that I did. Now she's gonna find Meat Hook Massacre to punish us.
I have just the trick for this.
You were alive, opponent! You were gonna go to 4. You weren't even dead yet. Deal. You know what? You know what? We take those. Fine. I accept. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth, chat. I accept. All right, so Thoughtseize, extra Duress in, Go Blanks in, Planeswalkers in. Things like Rampage that kill their walkers seem fine. AK Command's not good enough. Would I rather have Bloodtithe Harvester or Bonecrusher Giant? I think I'd rather have the proactive 2-mana play, right? The stomp on this is kind of nice on occasion for cleaning up planeswalkers, but looking at my curve, I think I'd rather have more 2s that are proactive. We're gonna do Esper Auras tomorrow in Historic Jezen. Do you have a preferred Esper starting list, by the way, or should I just head to the Google? One googly moogly, please. What's going on, Espen? Thanks for the 28 months. Welcome back. Honestly, McLarchians, you're kind of doing the Lord's work every time you concede to Island on one. Bolster the win rates. Like to auto order my triggered abilities. Thank you. Yeah, all the black variations play Ghost Form pretty much. He's a good card, yeah. Old Mono Blue tempo. Mono Blue's Explorer deck I want to get to at some point. Bread box.
I have the right to choose my own fate. And yours. No, you can scream if it hurts too much. cross paths again.
My prowess is unmatched. Meditate and prepare.
Bread uses she/her pronouns as a heads up, Ewok, and Portal is better when you're playing fives, and Trick is better when you are solos or duos a lot of the time. I wouldn't play Portal if you're less than a trio, and even in trio, sometimes Trick can be better. Now, I actually want to do Historic Jezen. With the changes to Explorer, I want to push back out into other formats. We're still gonna do some Explorer, but our all Explorer honeymoon has ended courtesy of Wizards of the Coast. All you need to know about Standard 2023 is that Meat Hook Massacre is still legal. That's all you need to know. I also wouldn't be surprised if with the addition of Alchemy, we don't see Standard 2023 added as a format. I wouldn't be surprised if they're getting really worried about queue fatigue at this point. Yeah, exactly, Corlews. I was looking at events on MTG Melee to maybe play an Explorer tournament or two, and Watcher was like, nah, Jeff, that's a bad decision. Here's why. Math Teacher Gaming, thanks for the 39 months. Welcome back. Someone asked if we played Phoenix and Explorer. We have not. big fan of the Phoenix archetype in general. My Phoenixes are always in the bottom 20 cards of my deck, chat. I just can't do it. Big USD, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Alright, so the blood token means I can fatal push. I think I want the Thoughtseize afterwards too, so I'll ditch the land. Yeah, and rewarded with another land here. Take their 2-for-1 here, I think. We have 6 cards in our bin, so we'll be able to Kroxa next turn. Chat, you don't have to practice getting good hands to play Phoenix or Tron. You just put little dinks on the corners of your cards like the professionals do. That way you can know if your 8th card is what you need when you keep. You ever seen that in real life? Someone was DQ'd from a Pro Tour top 8 for doing that. It was, how do you say, not a good look. Death by Pop-Tart. Is the death by Pop-Tart like you've let them get stale and use them as a bludgeoning tool, or is it like you choked on a Pop-Tart and died? Oh wait, they were dead. The more you know. It's by eating too many Pop-Tarts. Okay, that one hits a little close to home, chat. This was supposed to be a fun, silly question. Not a point out that Jeff is fat question. If I want someone to point out that I'm fat, I will talk to my 7-year-old. I think Thoughtseize is actually pretty mediocre in this matchup. They just have so many redundant cards. Grabbing a 2-for-1 on occasion is nice, but in general, I think it leaves a little bit to be desired. Sad dad noises. I don't want all of these. It's kind of hard to catch a Phoenix with this card. Missed your opinion on the new Unite Monthly Pass. My opinion on the new Unite Monthly Pass, I gave them money for it last night. I will be logging in daily to collect my gems. No, you just literally go watch the video where I'm playing the stacking items and pay attention to how I play the stacking, Sporadic Penguin. And then compare it to any character I play top path where I'm not stacking. Specific tutorial videos like that are more work, and they're less popular than just gameplay videos. So I don't do them. I tried producing a couple of those, and they just aren't worth the effort. Yeah, something like that. Yes, this is definitely a turn 2 Bloodthirsty Adversary angle, this game for sure. I'm gonna play an untapped land here so we can Fatal Push their Ledger Shredder on turn 2. That's the biggest difference between Jeff and Sprinkles. Jeff has videos that aren't stacking. Yeah. Yeah, actually, Blastoise is like the only character I stack on, because I actually really don't like playing the stacking items in Unite, but on Blastoise are like a necessity. Iterating over some stuff here. Are we gonna Lightning Axe my 2/2? Deal Arena. Oh. Oh, and they discarded a bird? I've heard about your bird, opponent. I would like to get rid of it. So long, farewell, I'll see you and good day. I'd like to push this man off a cliff, please. Kick it over as wings. So it's not the fall that kills the creature, chat. It's the push. It's the forceful thunk into the chest, okay? Do I give this Ledger Shredder a counter? I'm supposed to. I guess it's not guaranteed a counter. Discard a spell, it's a counter. Thanks for the follow, Spuddy's butt. Good afternoon. Yes, the fact that this thing gets to trigger when your opponent does it too is very, very strong. Wait, we put another Phoenix in the bin? Do they have a Lightning Axe or something for my Graveyard Trespasser then? Or like Land to Breed? Oh, Strangle, sure. Well, so if they discarded a Phoenix JRC or if they discarded any spell, they would have been able to block my 3/3 for free. I did it post-combat because the odds of them discarding a Phoenix were really low. And I wanted to stop the Shredder from doing, from blocking for free so I could pressure their life total. Do I give them a rummage to stomp their face? I think that's a fair trade. Or a loot. Loot and a counter. You heard of the Phoenix or the Ox? I think it's the Ox, right? It's close though. That's terrifying. Do I stomp their face for 2 extra looks at a removal spell for the Drake? The problem with that line is it cuts me off of a 4th mana, which means if I hit another Chandra, I can't cast it. But I think we're through 2 Chandras already, right? Oh yeah, I can wait and see if they block here. Now we definitely stomp their face. Because now another stomp is lethal. I love the long tank on the Knife here, while the lethal Bonecrusher Giant is on the stick. I mean, they didn't block there because they didn't want a stomp to finish either of their creatures off, right? That's why they didn't block there. Do I have to restart the client to fix the game audio? I do, right? Come with me into the void for a moment, chat. How's everybody doing? Gonna back up and show off our Rockin' Royal shirt, courtesy of Coalescence Apparel. Oh, the colors are a little weird because of the green screen shit. You can tell there's some green in here. Yeah, it's a downside. I think I'm gonna end up taking the green screen down. I don't know how I feel about the void. I think I like the office, and it making the shirts weird is strange. My stomach's not see-through, chat. Jetharin, thank you for the 32 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Have the green screen show a picture of a room behind you? Sure. I should screw with the NVIDIA software at some point. I think that does it by cutting out your frame rather than chroma keying. See people in chat talking about the Johnny Depp / Heard trial, and I would just like to let you know that if you would like to care about court outcomes that are actually meaningful, the Supreme Court voted 6-3 in favor of Ted Cruz versus the Federal Elections Commission to basically legalize a further form of campaign bribery on the form of lobbyists. Although maybe the purpose of following the court case in the Depp instance is you want to be happy that other people are suffering rather than thinking about things that impact you yourself. Yeah. Oh, they didn't have the combo for their Lotus Field. Good beats, good beats. Oof. Money is free speech. Always has been .meme. Hey, chat. Are creature lands and beating down a control player? Name a more iconic duo. Are you suggesting that there is something untoward about giving money to a sitting politician that they're then allowed to directly deposit into their bank account? I am, in fact. I am, in fact, implying that that is not great. My strong position on political donations going directly into personal accounts, especially from corporations, is it's probably not great. It was only the most searing of takes here. Corporations are people too, just look at their tweets. They're so hip, and they get me, chat. The Wizards of the Coast account tweeted a meme one time. It's basically my best friend. Are you telling me the corporate account that tweeted that meme didn't really get me, chat? Because I think you're wrong. Alright, control matchup. Duress in, Go Blank in, Sorin in, not a Braid. I would like Fry, I would like Loaf, I want Fatal Push out, I want Bone Daddy out. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Run it. Wendy's account roasts people just like me. Alright, chat, listen. I know there's been... I occasionally glance at my Twitter feed while it updates while I'm streaming here. And I feel like I have to share this glorious news with all of you. This is technology we can all get behind. There are a few things that are unifying in the year 2022, but I hope that edible burrito tape could be something that we could all come together. I don't know. Sometimes science goes too far, chat, but other times it really comes together for everybody. Get taken away here. I'm on the draw, so if I take the... I think I'm going to take the Strict Proctor, actually. That way Lotus Field is a bad draw for them. Finally completed my Hoglandia deck of cards. Now I just need a couple of Jesters. Thank you for the 52 months, Sweens. Welcome back. Good. This, and we'll eat their Dorko. And then next turn we can Thoughtseize the Teferi before he happens. Get in the box, Gandalf! Well, they had it this game, we just had a Thoughtseize. This red-black deck is pretty good, chat. Pretty good. I, too, was a little distracted by the burrito tape, so I understand. They did, in fact, march right on out to another world there. It was lovely. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, is always the villain of any story I'm in, chat. He just makes me so sad. He sits there and he draws cards and he makes me sad. Show me your secrets. Okay, we're definitely the bad guy of this story, chat. I'll be doing a review of the new alchemy set. Yeah, probably. Let's say definitely. I'm actually curious to see what metrics will look like. I'm kind of expecting the new alchemy set to be an incredible flop. Sadly. Oh, that's a good drop. Drop it like it's hot. Do we know, by the way, is there any official word on... Is there any official word on, which Baldur's Gate cards are coming to Arena and which ones aren't? Are all of them going to be on Arena? Or no?
Now you're playing with fire.
We haven't had a new Capenna Alchemy set yet, but in addition to a new Capenna Alchemy set, we're also going to be getting a Baldur's Gate Alchemy Horizon set. In case there were any dollary dues left deep inside your wallet. Wouldn't want to leave any money in there by mistake, chat. What do we think of... Yeah, so I'm only one card off of this Kroxa. I think I'm actually going to field their blue source. There's a chance they don't have an island. And this also puts a card in my bin for Kroxa to escape next turn. Yeah, so we cut them off a color and we set up our escape route here. Okay, selection of cards for Battle for Baldur's Gate. Okay, so we have to wait to find out which specific cards we're getting. Noted. Golly Seagull, enjoy your new castle. Thank you for the 2 years. Welcome back. Oh, they forgot to play their land out. Guess they wanted the bluff, but nobody got time for bluffs, chat. Alright, so this is what I like to refer to as an all Doomblades on deck matchup. They have things. We would like to kill approximately all of them. Not most, all. Thoughtseize good enough here. We're gonna have protection spells and maybe counter spells post-board. I don't know that I want to draw all the Thoughtseize, but 1 to 2 sounds fine. The edges here. Sure. Show me your secrets. Why does her hand have so many threats in it, shit? Gotta stop asking questions I'm not gonna like the answer to. Probably the same reason our hand has so many answers in it. Fair. Fair. swap Mauling here? He's off a cliff here. Like to KO that one, please. Time to cycle the old Soul Guide Lantern. Seems reasonable. Wench! Oh, it's definitely not on my radar to be playing around. Get got. Dead to Defiance Strike.
Hey, over here.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. Staying alive, staying alive. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Staying alive. Doo doo doo. Aren't there strictly better quenches legal? Are there?
Oh, today's my lucky day.
Oh yeah, casualty one strictly better. It's a good shout. Am I dead? I think we're dead, right? I have to rummage. Cause they can God's willing. Sedge. Close game. Yeah, do you want the Bone Daddies? They block okay. Thanks, Lipton. Yeah, I actually already talked to that group. We're gonna try and do at least one session a week moving forward, just to try stuff in fives. It's definitely a different format that's interesting. And when we're not explicitly prepping for a tournament, it'll be easier to do it and just try lots of different stuff. Like the silly Crystal comp we did at the end yesterday. Oh, the Harvester gave me another look at push. That's a good shout. Yeah, I missed that. Thank you for the call out. put Bonecrusher into play just to get some pressure going here. This technically lets them cycle their Defiance strikes, but they have to pay 2 life to do so, so I think that's a win for me. And having a second red for Chandra is a little awkward. Break this at any cost, Chip. At any cost. Do we play around Quench? I think we do. I think I'm just gonna fire up the Hive here. Just get attacking. This technically lets them... Let's let them cycle this without paying 2 at end of turn, but... really don't want to run Chandra into Quench. If I can avoid it. Wow, really surprised they didn't cycle the strike there. I guess it works well with this. And the shields are down at this point. Well, in terms of resolving the Chandra, at least, the shields are down. Obviously, they can still God's Rolling. Am I willing to give Shredder a Rampage? I think I am. Maybe I should have opened out attacking with Bonecrusher there. They did have a Spell Pierce. Maybe we just tap land pass. Yeah, I was gonna tap land pass. This gives me the flexibility to play Chandra around counter unless I pay 2, and if they don't double spell, she can down tick and kill the Shredder next turn. Yeah, I'm aware they have a free block Silver Oak. The question on passing or not was, do I play Chandra and uptick? Not do I attack. I should have attacked before playing the Fry. It was a mistake on my part. I demand more rig fights. We will definitely be playing more fight rig at some point.
When people start screaming, I know I'm on track. Yep, you're flammable.
Oh, Ninity, you asked what the meme team was. We did a kind of for fun, silly 5-stack match at the end of our practice session yesterday. What was it? We played Crustal, Mime, Zera Aura, Hoopa, and Stacking Decidueye. So the 7 months Messiah, welcome back. As a heads up, the Unite tournament I'm playing in is this evening. So we're just going to be doing a normal Unite ladder session this afternoon. And then I'll be coming back for a second stream tonight. A little bit. I think we're going to start at 7 p.m. Central. The tournament starts at 8, but we're going to practice a little bit before it. Hey, GG's, Aim. Thanks for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. Beetle push their harvester here. I do not play Magic off stream anymore. Haven't for a long time. All of the Magic I play you can see on stream. So if I'm not playing it on stream, it's because I generally speaking don't like it or don't enjoy it. Small bits of limited that I play are what's it called? Cube Draft, and we do that on stream. Hey, thanks for the sub gift, Aim. AKU, thanks for the 26 months. Welcome back. Good afternoon. How many cards are we off Kroxa? We need one more card in the bin for Kroxa here. Get the grease fangs out of here. Chat, can someone remind me of a timeline? Is Lifebane Zombie legal in Pioneer? Is that a card we'll get on this platform eventually, or does that predate Pioneer? I forget exactly where the set that one was printed in fell in. It is legal. Oh, okay, that card's probably sick into Winota and other things. Alright, I'm gonna kick this with my treasure tokens to fatal push the Bloodtithe Harvester here. Yeah, this deck's good, Jinzy. This deck has the highest play rate on Untapped. Has a pretty good win rate to show for it as well. So, they can start copying Harvester with Reflection of Kiki. But they're also at 5, and my Graveyard Trespasser threatens to drain them out relatively quickly. A lot of blood tokens, though. I assume they're going to kill my Reflection here with their Bloodtithe Harvester. That will put card number 5 in my bin. And then if they trade for Graveyard or Adversary, that'll be card number 6. We'll be able to escape Kroxa off this treasure token. They thinking about using their other Harvester on my Graveyard Trespasser? That seems loose with the Kroxa looming. Oh yeah, I guess I do get to double drain now, huh? This means if this isn't a spell to discard, they die to the Kroxa escape trigger. Can they have to block both of these? Oh, we do have the exact same rank listed. I assume that's a feature. Quality Magic Arena software does not have bugs, chat. Just undocumented features. Right, a braid, Ray of Enfeeblement, tag their stuff. They have a lot of stuff they don't mind sacrificing, so Angrath's Rampage is not that good. We have kind of a hard time triggering Revolt on Fatal Push. Maybe we just trim some of those. Kroxa's like okay there, but giving them the option to put things in their bin freely isn't great, so I probably don't want it. I think Goblank's probably a little bit too slow when it comes to Graveyard Hate in this matchup. Especially when I already have a 3-mana, what's it called? Graveyard Trespasser to fill a similar role. Need to find a way to win the game at some point, but at least we'll survive. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Staying alive, staying alive. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da. Okay, it's a threat. We brought in Goblank against the control decks. Other mid-range decks that lean on the graveyard. Like, Goblank is a 2-for-1. It's a medium piece of Graveyard Hate. It's a good piece of Hand Disruption. Alright, well, they're not threatening to Paraheli on us. Step 1. Guess fit so many Doomblades in this bad boy chip. Rewarded for waiting on the stump. Am I dead yet? I'm not dead yet! I'm not dead yet! It's so exciting, and I just can't hide it. Do 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 do. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. I like it. Oh, I guess this Fatal Push technically doesn't do it, huh? I was thinking it was Ray of Enfeeblement, but yeah, I technically need to hold up Fry to not die to the what's it called here. Just casual, 3 more looks here. Someone earlier was commenting they felt the Esper deck had better card selection, and I really feel like they just haven't seen the Mardu variation in action. This Mardu version is very, very good at churning through its cards. Yeah, I've definitely had better experience with the Mardu version. It has felt stronger when we've played against it. Yeah, the blood cards do a good job of being a plan B and a reasonable enabling your plan A. Do the flipped cards have the same CMC on the backside? They do. Well, just to temper expectations a bit, you gotta understand that Pokemon Unite is a 0 variance game, so I'm thoroughly expecting our squad to O2 this evening, and if we do anything better than that, we'll count it as exceptional. All right, this is the part where they discard their second Paraheli onto the blood token and then untap and rat us, right? Zazie, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Well, you see, the ramp combo is different than Winota because it dodges Grafdigger's Cage, so it's harder to interact with. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're just dead, right? That's just how this works. And this is the other thing too, right? At least like when Winota attacks with something, it can brick. This deck just actually doesn't brick, right? Like when it has it, and it guarantees gets to do the thing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should be holding up my reactive cards a little bit more aggressively in these matchups. I mean, I have Ray of Enfeeblement in my sideboard. You just don't draw that card all of the time. There's also something to be said. There's games where, like, I sit there and hold up Fry all game, and then we die to their backup plan because I had 2 mana trapped in perpetuity. Yeah, exactly. If I don't have pressure in play while I'm holding up the... If I'm not attacking their life total while I'm holding up the Fry, I'm not really accomplishing a whole lot. Our worst Fry that costs 1 and deals 4. That one doesn't kill Teferi, and it's not on Arena, even if it did. If we wanted more of that effect, we'd just play more Ray of Enfeeblements, right? Yeah, we played against almost no Winota when that was on the platform. But we've actually just played against this Greasefang deck, like, so many times today. It's been most of our matches. Well, yeah, but that's the thing, Dean. Like, if you go back and look through my record on Untapped, we didn't play against Winota that much. So, like, it would make sense that, like, okay, the Winota players decided to craft this deck if we had previously played against a bunch of Winota. But, like, that explicitly isn't what was happening.
Monsters of us all.
It was popular before. Not like we played against it today. It existed. It's been over a third of the matches of Explorer we played today have been against this archetype.
Curse you and your progeny.
Yeah, I don't think this matchup is bad for us. I'm not commenting on the specific results of our games yet. I'm just commenting on the fact that we've played against this deck like 5 or 6 times today. Stop reading into things that I'm not actually saying. Listen to the words that are falling out of my mouth and don't put other words into them. And simply commenting on an observation. Not saying anything about the power level. I'm not saying anything about why that's the case. I'm simply stating this is a fact that we have played against this deck a ton this afternoon and this morning.
This'll be easy. Yup, you're going down.
Alright, they've only got one Parahelion in the bin, so that means this Graveyard Trespasser at least gets to remove that. I keep this land in hand so we can rummage it with the Saga next turn. Gate Command is like really slow and clunky in ban. It's hard to hold up 2 mana in this matchup while playing pressure to the board. It's impossible to hold up 3 essentially. Chat! A Twitter shitter responded to my post about the Agent of Treacheries letting me know I should play more Grafdigger's Cage. And I know that we make that joke here all the time, but I promise you the way in which they phrased it, they were not being ironic. Going on, Jack? Yeah, I said last week I was just taking a couple of days off. You can find it in my mentions, chat. No Parahelion yet. Yikes, that's a bad land. Timely top deck. Hard casting your vehicles is cheating, opponent. I do have a Pokemon Unite dedicated YouTube channel. I feel like I shill that pretty regularly. Do I not mention that frequently enough when we're doing live Unite stuff, chat? I feel like I make a point to talk about it. Reveal secrets. Oof. Oof. I guess we were getting to a point where they could hard cast this, so putting it into the bin is kind of better. You're welcome. What can I say except you're welcome? Do 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 do. Yeah, they have a blood token anyways. Cool, and this is what makes this Mardu deck so good, is look at all the disruption and card selection they get to play. Like, our hand this game was so good into what their combo was doing, but here's a Kroxa and a Fable of the Mirror Breaker to just shove me in a trash can. It's a lot like when we talk about Meat Hook Massacre decks in Standard, right? Like, it's not just as simple as, oh, we can beat the card Meat Hook Massacre specifically, so the deck's not a big deal. It's, when I say the Meat Hook Massacre matchup is hard, I don't just mean the card, I mean the context of everything surrounding the card. Yeah, maybe some lanterns could be okay. That's definitely decent against Kroxa, specifically. It doesn't really help you against the blood axis that they fight on a lot of the time, but it does cover that too, is true. How are the games? A lot of Parahelions have been put into play on turns 2, 3, and 4. I mean, we spent yesterday and last Friday practicing Braveheart. If you want to see what our preparations looked like, there's uncut sessions on the YouTube channel. Unless you mean the people that I'm playing with, then yeah, you can find the stream team command for our group of 5. the problem with things that like are timed graveyard removal is the same thing like this, right? Like with the blood tokens and stuff that the opponent's archetype has access to, their deck frequently just gets to like discard the Perihelion and play Greasefang in the same turn. And there aren't like surgical extraction style graveyard hates in this format, which is why Lantern could possibly be good. I think the way the format's developed, I would definitely play some Lanterns in the sideboard of this deck. Yeah, Lantern has a really high floor. And again, just like talking about why the deck is good, there's just so much card selection, right? You see so many cards. It's a stock list, running main deck, can't stay away. Yeah, from Pioneer they play too. If you haven't seen this archetype that the opponent's playing before, we played it on stream. You can find it on the Explorer playlist on my YouTube channel. There's playlists for all 4 arena constructed formats: Standard, Alchemy, Explorer, Historic, for all the things that we've played on stream in reverse chronological order. Hey, there could be a Fatal Push on top of my deck. I'll play Pokemon Unite. I'm pretty over this format for today. We're gonna go back. Speaking of a variety of formats, we're gonna, with the Winota changes and just like getting this happening to us a bunch, we're gonna go back to splitting our formats day to day. So I'm gonna be back to doing 2 Magic decks a day. Starting today, we did 2 Explorer decks today, but starting tomorrow, we're gonna do a Historic and Explorer or something else in Explorer. We're still gonna do an Explorer deck a day because it seems like the format that most people are interested in as far as Magic Arena formats go, but we're gonna mix in some Standard and other formats as well, again, just for variety's sake. As far as this deck goes, this mid-range deck is fine. We won with it more than we lost with it. I think if we had a bunch of Lanterns in our sideboard, we probably would have been better off. Might replace like the Go Blanks or the Consumes with those, or maybe the K Command, but I think 2 to 3 Lanterns is definitely something you want in the sideboard because of all of these rat decks that are running around.